Welcome to Variant, where we love comics more than I'm ready for some fried turkey tomorrow. I'm your host, Arris. Yes, my friends, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and because I know that some of you may not stick around to the very end of the episode, let me say right up front that me and my producer Tim and the rest of the Variant team are extremely thankful for all of you guys. And we want to wish you all a very safe and happy holiday. And don't forget to wear your stretchy pants.
Sometimes you wear stretchy pants in your room. It's for fun.
Now that we covered the love and hugs, the Justice League movie of course released in theaters this past weekend, and if you haven't seen my review, you can check that out here. Anyway, there's a really good chance that seeing the movie made many of you who are fans of the characters, but not avid comic book readers, interested in learning more about the team. Well, my friends, one of the best entry points to the Justice League in comics is Geoff Johns and Jim Lee's New 52 origin. It's one of my favorite Justice League stories in recent years, and the most current as far as the origin goes. It's also the story that most resembles the versions we're seeing on the big screen. So as always, we've got you guys covered, and we're gonna give you a complete overview of the story. So let's get to it. Justice League Origin Volume 1 takes place within the first 6 issues of the New 52 Justice League title. The first issue debuted in August of 2011, and is the title that kicked off the New 52. Anyway, let's dive in. The comic starts off 5 years earlier in the story's timeline than all the other New 52 titles, and before the Justice League had been formed. We first see the GCPD chasing down the Bat Vigilante, aka Batman, on top of rooftops in Gotham. But Batman was in the process of chasing down a parademon, although he didn't know what it was yet. He finally catches him, but is rudely interrupted by Green Lantern, who hits the parademon with a fire truck construct. When Lantern then sees Batman, he's like, "Whoa, you're real?" To which Batman angrily responds, "You're too damn bright. Turn down the light before they see us." But it's too late, and the GCPD continues to attack both Batman and Green Lantern, because the world's not too fond of superheroes at this point in time. The two heroes manage to evade the police and follow the rogue parademon into the sewer. While they're in there searching, Lantern starts asking Batman, "What are your powers? Can you fly?" Batman says no. Lantern follows up with, "Super strength?" Batman says no. Green Lantern finally says, "Hold on a second. You're not just some guy in a bat costume, are you? Are you freaking kidding me?" While he's saying this, Batman steals his ring and says, "I guess this thing works on concentration. You weren't concentrating." Then after a quick squabble, they see the parademon find a mother box and say, "For Darkseid," before blowing up. The two then take the box, and Green Lantern wants to take it to Superman, as the box seems alien just like Superman. But neither of them had met Superman yet, and Bats initially is against the idea because he thinks Superman is dangerous due to his power level. We then briefly see Vic Stone helping his high school football team win another game, with college scouts looking at him. We are then taken to Metropolis, where Batman and Green Lantern are looking for and find Superman, but the Man of Steel isn't too happy to see them in his city. In the second issue of the story, we are introduced to Barry Allen Flash on the first page and see him at the crime lab in Central City. After which, we get this very popular splash page of Batman trying to tase Superman. This obviously doesn't work out in Batman's favor, and Green Lantern is forced to step in, saying, "Drop him, Superman, before I drop you." He then uses construct chains in an attempt to subdue Supes, but he's Superman, and that doesn't work either. Big Blue, being more pissed than ever, now starts to go hard after both Bats and Lantern. So Hal calls Flash for reinforcements, literally saying, "Flash, this guy is going to kill us." Flash then arrives and is able to knock Superman around for a bit, thanks to his speed throwing Superman off. He even says, "Don't bother trying to catch me, Superman. I've never been touched. Ever." But again, this is Superman, and he catches Flash and flicks him away like a mosquito. Batman is finally able to talk some sense into Superman at this point, and is like, "Dude, we're not working with the monster. We were attacked by one, like you were." Superman cools down after level heads prevail, and they start working together. We're then taken to Star Labs, where they have another mother box, and Silas Stone, Victor Stone's dad, is studying it with other colleagues. We even see Victor there waiting for his dad and telling him, "You missed my game, Dad. That's not cool, man." All of a sudden, both mother boxes, the one in the lab and then the one Batman, Superman, Flash, and Green Lantern have, start going off. Then all of a sudden, boom, parademons start flying in left and right, and Victor is caught in the explosion. This leads us to issue 3, where we are finally introduced to Wonder Woman, and see her hanging out with Steve Trevor and eating ice cream for the first time. But the fun ends when parademons come out of the sky and start attacking her and Steve. We then return to Star Labs, where Victor has been seriously hurt and his father refuses to watch him die. He says, "I already saw his mother die. I refuse to watch him die too." We're then taken back outside, where the parademons continue to invade Earth, and we see Batman, Superman, Flash, and Green Lantern trying to fight them all back and save as many people as they can. All while the parademons are screaming for Darkseid. Wonder Woman then arrives to help the rest of the heroes. And when Hal sees her, he says, "Dibs," because Hal Jordan. Back at Star Labs, we see Silas saving his son's life and using technology recovered from across the globe. Then as Vic merges with the tech, he sees a vision of Darkseid on Apocalypse. Heading back to the battle waging outside, the rest of the heroes see a massive ship-like pod thing emerge from the ocean. And who emerges with it? The King of Atlantis, Aquaman himself. This brings us all the way to issue 4, which starts with Vic trying to adjust to his new machine body. But as he's trying to get his bearings, he's attacked by frickin' parademons. These dang parademons won't give anyone a break. But Vic's offensive mode automatically engaged, and he freaking disintegrates them all with his white noise cannon. He then says to his dad, "What did you do to me?" And his dad just replied, "You were going to die. This was my only hope to save you." This left Victor pretty distraught, and he storms out. We then go back to Metropolis, where Superman, Batman, and all the others are getting acquainted, so to speak, with Aquaman. And Green Lantern, yet again, is like, "Wait, you're real? I thought you were a Conan O'Brien sketch." I just loved how Johns kept doing that with Green Lantern throughout the story. Genius. Then they all agree to fight the parademons and whatever the greater threat is behind them. But Batman, Aquaman, and GL continue to argue who should be the leader of the team. Hal Jordan then says to Aquaman, "Superman can fly and juggle cars. Flash is the fastest man alive. Wonder Woman can slice through an entire army, and me, I could do anything with this ring. So what do you do that we can't?" Aquaman then proceeds to summon several great white sharks to jump out of the water and eat parademons straight out of the air. Aquaman also stabs a parademon right through the head with his trident in front of Green Lantern, to which Green Lantern just says, "Never mind." Again, I love the way Johns writes Hal Jordan. After some intense fighting, Cyborg shows up and tells the heroes he's coming. And boom, freaking Darkseid shows up and the issue ends. Talk about a cruel cliffhanger, but not for you, because at the beginning of issue 5, Darkseid shoots his Omega beams at Flash and Superman, and Flash is like, "Move it!" We see them following and chasing both of them all through the city until the one that's chasing Flash hits a group of parademons, as Flash vibrates through them to make them the new target. The beam that is chasing Superman hits him and knocks him out, allowing a parademon to take his body to Apocalypse. After this, Green Lantern gets extremely pissed and tries to fight Darkseid alone. But that doesn't work out so well because Darkseid breaks his arm. Batman then reveals to Green Lantern that he's Bruce Wayne and tells Lantern that this isn't about either of them, it's bigger than that. And he tells Hal to get the others and regroup while he goes to find Superman. Hal listens and the team regroups, saying, "We got this," like literally. Meanwhile, Batman follows a parademon to Apocalypse where he starts looking for Superman. And this brings us to the final issue of the story, issue 6. In the first few pages of the issue, we see innocent people being killed and Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and the rest of the group trying to stop Darkseid. We then see Batman on Apocalypse sneaking around. He finds Superman and sees Desaad and Steppenwolf torturing/killing him. We would later find out that they were actually trying to make clones of Superman, but that's another story. Back on Earth, Wonder Woman steps up her game and is like, "That's it," and then stabs Darkseid in the freaking eye, saying "one down." Aquaman, never being one to be outdone, says "one to go," and stabs Darkseid in the other eye with his trident. Amazing. I know. We then see Cyborg find a way to bring Superman and Batman back from Apocalypse by hacking and activating the other mother boxes. But Darkseid doesn't care what the heroes do and tells them, "You will fall. I am Darkseid." But a fed-up Superman responds by flying right into his torso and punching him. The arc concludes with Superman and the rest of the League fighting and wrestling Darkseid into the doorway that Cyborg opened to bring back Batman and Superman. And when they get him in, Cyborg closes it, sending Darkseid away from Earth. Flash forward, the President of the United States and the entire world are thanking the heroes for saving them. But during the ceremony, the President turns to the team and says, "I'm sorry, but we've got trouble. Your kind of trouble, I guess. We need your team again." Flash then responds with something like, "Yeah, of course we have a name. It's the Super 7. Green Lantern looks at him and says, "The Super 7? And Flash replies with, "We'll think of something." That something was, of course, the Justice League. But there you have it, my comic conrads, the origin of the Justice League for the modern era. I personally think this is a super solid origin. The New 52 Justice League title was actually one of my favorite titles from the New 52. I mean, it's Jeff Johns and Jim Lee. How could you go wrong? Now, even though I gave you guys a brief rundown of the story, you still should read it for yourself. There's lots of bits and pieces I left out here and there, so head over to your local comic book shop or comiXology.com and pick it up for yourself. Well, my friends, the biggest shopping day of the entire year starts before you'll even get a chance to digest tomorrow's turkey. And if you're a filmmaker, illustrator, photographer, writer, or just love to create visually, this Black Friday, TriuneStore.com has got you covered. With up to 70% off high-quality sound effects, color grading LUTs, royalty-free music, and more. And brand new products like blockbuster scores, sound design tools, and Writing 201. You don't want to miss Triune's Black Friday event. The sale starts this Friday, November 24th at midnight Central Standard Time, but you can head over to TriuneStore.com now for complete details. You'll find the link in the description below. Happy hunting, guys. First up for Wednesday, November 22nd, we have the demon Hell is Earth. Gone, gone the form of man, rise the demon Etrigan. That's right, Etrigan the Demon has a solo series. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. Now we have Invincible Iron Man issue 594. The search for Tony Stark continues as some very surprising people from his present, past, and future come together to help. Here we have The Flash issue 35. Betrayed and broken, the Flash must come to terms with the damage he has caused his friends, family, and city, and find a way to repair it, or risk losing those he loves forever. And finally, we have Doomsday Clock issue 1. This is it, guys, the 12-issue maxi series that's a direct sequel to Alan Moore's Watchmen. What's in store for the future of the DC Universe? Well, we're about to find out. That'll do it for us, my comic comrades, but one more time from all of us to all of you, have a very happy Thanksgiving. Remember to take some time and show kindness to someone who needs it. And if you like what we do, click on that subscribe button above to never miss an episode. Other than that, we'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.